Good day, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the Sport Rep Show. I'm your favorite host, Limba Mupetami. Let's kickstart the show with the hit list. Starting off with cricket news, Nepal will host Namibia and Scotland in the Tri-Series feature of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2 from the 14th till the 21st of February at the TU Cricket Ground in Kirtipur. According to the cricket fixtures released by Cricket Association of Nepal, Nepal will play Namibia on the 14th and 18th February in the double-header format. Now, while we're still on cricket news, the winner of the Men's Associate Cricketer of the Year is none other than Gerhard Erasmus of Namibia. And this is what he had to say about his win.
Hi cricketing world, delighted to have been awarded the ICC Men's Associate Cricketer of the Year award. It's really been a great year for myself, contributed on field to the Namibian cause and many successful stories for the team. I definitely have to thank my teammates as well as the coaching staff off field for contributing towards my game. My most exciting moment of the year was the ODI 100 I scored against Oman, coming out of a tough spot and going on to score more runs in the T20I series against Zimbabwe to get our first international T20I win over a full member nation. Definitely a highlight playing in the World Cup as well, and great to have had a successful year personally, but also with the team. Thank you again, and cheers. Yeah.
We now head over to the sharpshooters segment of today's show right after the break. One of Namibia's finest boxers on the boxing scene right now, Fillipus Energy Nghitumbwa, shares his boxing journey with Sport Rep. Now, if you haven't seen this guy fight, you should make it a point to see his fights. And of course, we caught up with him, and this is what he had to say in regards to his boxing journey. So please enjoy this interview.
All right, so we are here with the boxer Fillipus Nghitumbwa, also known as Energy. One of Namibia's fast upcoming boxers, current WBO global champion in the super bantamweight division. So Fillipus, can you tell us a bit about where you're from and where you grew up?
Okay, first of all, let me thank God for this day and for this opportunity for you to meet, to be here also. And also I like to also to thank my sponsor, our main sponsor NTC, and also a new sponsor PST Betting. Also I want also to thank my personal sponsor Elimo. You see, Elimo, it's a big sponsor for me. We come along with Elimo. So, and also I want also to thank also my coach, my sparring partners, also promoters and managers. So. Yeah, if you are talking about Fillipus Energy Nghitumbwa, Energy was born in Angwena region in the north. So I grew up there, and then from there I went to Swagop. So yeah, then started boxing in Swagop. So until I know to see myself here in Namibian.
Okay, so can you tell us a bit about how it happened that you became a boxer? How did you get into boxing?
No, when I started boxing, because I started boxing 2013, 2014 there. I was watching Hitman fighting with with a guy from Scotland, or it's Nicky Benz. Yeah, from there I started to watching a lot of boxing, watching Mark Tyson, those Clippers videos from Mark Tyson, and also boxing I started 2013, so until now I'm still a boxer now, but yeah.
Okay, so you've only had one loss in your career. It was in your very first professional fight against Jonas Matthias. Since then you've had 11 more fights and you've knocked everybody out since then. So maybe just tell us about that start. What do you remember about that first fight that you had?
Yeah, that first fight, when I talk about that fight, it reminds me a lot of things, because how I dropped the guy 3 times. We was fighting to a 6th round, and I dropped the guy 3 times. I don't know how did I come up losing. Yeah, but it's okay. It's part of life. I call it it's a loser, because it's a loser. I will take it like it is. Yeah. You can see that the day where we rematch or we fight again with him, the guy in Lamatexa, in the country club, I beat him in this round 3, so I knock him again. So, and I promised myself that this guy, I'm the man. Yes.
All right. So tell us a bit about, since you've been on this run now, all the fights that you've won consecutively. Is there any one specific fight which you feel has been your best performance so far?
My best performance, my best fight was the last fight. The last fight when I fought with the guy from SA, Sabelo. Yeah, it was a tough fight for me. It was a very best fight for me. You can even say that Sabelo is also a good boxer. It was a good customer, a good opponent for me. I like the way the guy fighting. That's why. It was very, very good fight for me when I fight Sabelo.
Okay, so in the last 2 years or so, you've won the Africa title of the WBO, and then followed by the WBO global title. So moving into the top part of the sport. How do you feel about those titles that you have?
No, I feel good for every title that I fought. I feel good, and the main thing, the main focus, I just want to be a world champion, to be undisputed champion. I just want to beat them all. I just want to beat them. Anybody, I will beat anybody in my weight. I want to beat them.
So you are currently also ranked number 10 on the world rankings by the WBO. So moving into the top level of the sport in the super bantamweight division. How do you see this division? Who do you think are the main players?
I don't really feel scared for anybody in my weight. I want to take them all. Anyone, just because even now I want to fight Luis Neri. Luis Neri is a guy he's from Mexico. He's a Mexican guy. It's a former WBC bantamweight, and now we move up to super bantam. And I want to fight that guy now. I want to fight Luis Neri. So.
Okay, so since you've been a professional boxer, we know it's a sport that takes a lot of effort and a lot of discipline and so on. How do you see any changes that has happened in your life since you've been a boxer?
No, boxing changed me a lot. It changed me a lot. It brings me on, or maybe when you talk about boxing in my life, you talk about something else. Boxing really changed me. It changed a lot of things in me. If you're even talking about last time, I was maybe, you can even see our young generation, they are doing bad things, or maybe taking drugs, or maybe alcohol, but boxing, they really separate me with those things. Yeah.
Okay, so just to end off, perhaps, is there any specific message that you have for Namibians, or anything? Where do you see yourself going in the next year or two in the sport?
No, the thing I just want to tell our elder or our Namibian, our young Namibian, our generation that please, let's be focused. Let's do what is good, and also to tell our elder they must just keep, I want to tell our people that please keep supporting us, keep supporting sport, every sport, even soccer, in every sport that you see that all my people that are doing this, and please try to support, or maybe leave the kids to play, or just try to do good things and take care of yourself. Yeah.
Now, before we head over to the Game Changers segment of the Sport Rep Show, a quick ad break. The Nedbank Namibian National Road and Time Trial and Cycling Championship will take place in Windhoek this weekend, featuring elite athletes competing for national titles in the time trial and road race categories. The events will take place on Friday, the 27th of February and Sunday, the 29th of February, respectively. Race director Volker Engling stated that they are honored, and he also said that they are honored to once again be hosting this year's championships. Have a listen to this interview.
Volker Engling, welcome to NTV and our Sport Rep show. Volker, you involved as race director at the coming weekend's Nedbank National Championships, road cycling, and the time trials that will be on Friday afternoon, 3 o'clock, when the elite cyclists will kick off on a new venue. What can they expect?
Thank you. Just a quick background to who I am and what we do. I'm part of the Namibian Cycling Federation. I have been for the last 3 years. My role is the events organizing and race director on the cycling national Namibian cycling events. So on this weekend we've got the time trial. It's a new venue, new location. We've done something totally new. It's laps, and the laps are exactly 10 kilometers on the new Rehoboth highway, dual carriageway. We've managed to convey the contractor to put us a concrete slab in the middle of the two highways, so it's all tarred / concrete roads. What to expect, it's loops, like I said, so we'll start in a northerly direction. Cyclists go down for about 2.5 kilometers, and they make a U-turn, come back past the start finish line, go over the highway, down 2.5 kilometers, come back 2.5 kilometers, over the concrete slab, and that's lap 1. So yes, we've got different categories on the event on Friday, which will include the elite men. There we've got Drickus Kutsia and JP Berger going to be fighting it out. JP Berger is our current national time trial champ. Hugo Hahn is also joining us. On the ladies, it's Vera Loser, Courtney Liebenberg, Andri Krichel, and Melissa Hens. And I think it's going to be a tough competition for us on Saturday or on Friday afternoon. Then the juniors, we've got the under 23, Olivia and Monique fighting it out, and for the men it's going to be Ethan Lestranger and Anton Engling. The junior category is Justus Bulker, Kevin Lowe, Daniel Hahn, Adrian Key, Tiens van der Westhuizen and Oscar Ruber. I think that's going to be a good fight for our juniors. Spectators, more than welcome to come in. There will be signboards as you come off the highway from Grove Mall towards UNAM. There will be a turnoff for you to drive up in a dedicated parking zone, and it is quite nice. You're going to be in the middle of it all. That whole sand patch in the middle of the highway is going to be where the spectators are going to be seeing the riders going up and down.
Volker, spectators are more than welcome, and as you said, they must approach the venue from the UNAM's direction, with other words, from north to south.
From Grove Mall, so from a easterly direction towards a westerly direction on the highway, there will be a turn-off which is closed now for motorists, but we'll open it up for the motorists to drive in.
Okay. With other words, they're driving towards UNAM and then turn off onto the new B1.
Onto the new slipway, as we would call it, the slipway going to Kupferberg / Rehoboth.
Okay. Volker, yeah, a new venue. Do you expect quicker times there than previous years?
I don't think so. With the fact that we've got 4 turns on a lap, where in the old days where we went from Voermeester off-ramp on the highway, we went down straight 2 turn-offs, made 1 turn and came back. So I think it's going to be maybe a bit slower. Let's see. Last year's time was 50 minutes and 27 seconds. It might be 52, 53.
That was for the elite men.
For the elite men last year. Yeah.
Volker, and then the road race on the Sunday morning that kick off at 6:30 the morning for the elite men and women. A bit shorter than previous years, but it's going to be a tough one with the new venue and not familiar to the cyclist.
Yeah, we have released the track well in advance to the cyclists. So we've seen a lot of cyclists on Saturday, Sundays out there practicing the laps. What is going to be tricky is that it's a 20-kilometer lap, 19.2 to be exact, and the elite men are going to be doing 6 of them. Tricky is it that where's it going to be a breakaway, how they're going to break away, how they're going to ride away, looking at the opposition in the eyes when you turn around. So it's going to be interesting, and the reason why we've done it is actually to involve more spectators. So you can be standing anywhere along the route, move your car off the road, stand on the side and cheer them on. You'll always see them twice, going up and coming back. So I think it's a nice Sunday morning outing for anybody who enjoys road cycling.
Yeah, that must, I think, what's well done by the Namibian Cycling Federation with the venue and so on. Volker, and then at the time trial, we've got Rikus and JP in contention, but in the road race is a totally different approach. I mean, at the time trial, you know, you're following your head, and you've got no one to pace you at. You do it on your own. But with the road race, they mostly cycle in a bunch. They bunch up, and from there they do attacks and fullbacks and so on. Who do you think will do the thing for us there?
Well, Drick has been the reigning champion for us last year. He's got a good chance. He showed us last week Sunday how it's done in Dorabus. It's going to be a tough one. It's definitely a tough one. But I think between Drickus, JP, Hugo Hahn, sadly Alex Miller is not joining us. We don't have confirmation yet if Tristan de Lange is coming up. So it is going to be tough. It's not a team. It's not a team effort. It's an individual effort. It's for you to get that Namibian jersey and represent Namibia on the cycling front for the next year.
Volker, this is on invitation only. There's a prize giving at the Nedbank campus in the CBD on Sunday afternoon. Will the teams made available for the African Championships, the upcoming championships, or will at the later stage? Do you know?
It will be at a later stage. So this will be a criteria of who will be representing Namibia going forward. But of course, winning it gives you that key.
Yeah, obviously the elite under 23s, if there's that category, and under 17s, there's certain age groups that will receive national colours.
That's right.
For is that first place winners only?
First place winners only from your elite men and ladies, and then the junior men and lady.
Okay, Volker, just for interest's sake, Daniel Abram, is he maybe in the country? This disabled, or not disabled, cyclist from the Netherlands?
I haven't got a confirmation, but being from the Netherlands, not too sure. Does he represent Namibia or no?
No, he didn't represent, but he was here before. He cycled the Dash as well last year, and he was involved in previous time trials, but he's not in contention for any title, or because he's not a Namibian citizen.
Yeah, so the way the Namibian jersey works, or the Namibian championships works, it's for Namibians only to represent Namibia. In the other categories, we allow cyclists from other countries to participate, but they are not in contention for any positions.
Volker, anything else to add to conclude?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Rent a Drum and Ipupa Cleaning Services. They've confirmed that the trucks won't be on the Kupferberg Road for us on Sunday morning. That's just gears from these people to accommodate us on an event. The Khomas Hoogland farmers, we've requested that they also try not to wake up too early on Sunday morning to drive up there. So anybody who does tend to want to drive out on Kupferberg Road on Sunday morning, please, we've got the road race on, which is going up and down the road. So it is going to be tough as a motorist to drive up and down that road, or even drive one direction. So there are going to be police on the road. City police is assisting us with us. So yeah, just please keep in mind, we racing for the Namibian jerseys.
Volker Engling, race director for the upcoming Nedbank National Championships. Thank you very much, and have a super day.
Thank you for your time.
International sports news. Now, Mamelodi Sundowns claimed a PSL record extending 13th successive victory when they defeated TS Galaxy 2-1 at the Mbombela Stadium in Nelspruit on Tuesday night. The win saw the defending champions open a 19-point gap at the top of the DStv Premiership standings, and they are now set to face a stubborn and in-form Sekokune United side at home on Saturday. Now, of course, if you're going to watch this match, you are most likely to see Peter Shalulile of Namibia featuring. Carolina Pliskova's serve deserted her at the worst possible time as she fell to a 6-3, 7-5 defeat by Magda Linnet in the Australian Open quarterfinals on Wednesday. But the Czech said she would take some time, or rather she takes some positives from her run at Melbourne Park. Everton owner Farhad Moshiri has said the Premier League club is not for sale, but is close to securing investment to help with building a new stadium. Moshiri told the club's fan advisory board that he is looking for help financing the construction of Everton's new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock in a video posted on the club website on Tuesday, but recorded prior to their defeat to West Ham United on Saturday. Now, of course, South Africa and England will settle the score for bronze today at 4 o'clock. Obviously, the match has started already in the Netball Quad Series, whereas Australia and New Zealand will contest for the final at 6 o'clock. Well, of course, with that, we have come to the end of today's show. We will be back tomorrow once more, same time, same place.